Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatah, Bahashem Makah Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, and peace and blessings to the whole elect. GMS Arkansas, GMS Stop and Listen, Brother Preacher Cal, come on the lesson. On the screen, you see a picture of a gold statue, and you have three men standing up, and you have many men bowing down. Okay, this is a story of Nebuchadnezzar and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which is Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. Okay, this story is one of the heaviest faith building stories, man, I read in the scriptures. Okay, this is one of the when you read this story, it's just like it has to build your faith, man, because what these guys went through. Okay, now prior to what you see here, Daniel, which means he is like God, I think it is Daniel, had given messages of visions to Nebuchadnezzar the king because they was carried away to Babylon. And Nebuchadnezzar basically worshiped Daniel for the visions that he gave. And he gave him the visions on the statue. Okay, what was to come with this statue dealing with the empires. So Nebuchadnezzar had made Daniel the second in charge. And then Daniel, being a man of the Lord, basically he looked out for his fellow Israelites. They were in captivity. He said, hey, make them, when you read the end of chapter 2, it tells you he asked Nebuchadnezzar to make Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in charge of the affairs of the land. Okay, so he made him in charge. He made them in charge, and it goes into chapter 3. Okay, now I'm gonna just briefly go over and slide through it and let you know I'm gonna work you up to the point. Okay. Nebuchadnezzar had built this statue of a certain height. He put it in the land of Dura, which Dura means dwelling. And he brought basically all the people together of the province, the princes, the governors, judges, sheriffs. He brought them all together to basically for a dedication to the statue. Okay, which means the inauguration of the statue. Okay, that's where Esau them gets this thing where they put these statues up in these towns. They do ribbon cuttings. They bring all the top officials of the town there to see it, the bankers and all that. They get this ancient Babylonian custom, man. So I let you know America goes off a lot of ancient Babylonian customs. They don't follow the customs, the laws, and statutes of the Heavenly Father because it's not given to them. It's only given to the Israelites. So you had a herald that come out, proclaim to all the people when they hear the different sounds of the musical instruments that they were to fall down and prostrate themselves and worship the image or be cast into a fiery flame or furnace. Okay, and that's where Islam get this from. That's an ancient Babylonian custom. Because when I was over there in the Middle East, I stayed there maybe like all together, probably like maybe 5 years, maybe in the Middle East. When you be riding, bro, it's like they had speakers everywhere on the side of the interstates, everywhere. It was speakers that they probably spent $50 million in putting speakers up around the whole country. You could be in the middle of the desert, no one there but you, and there's a pole with a damn speaker on it. So that when they start doing that call to Allah, those 5 times a day or whatever, people would stop doing what they doing and fall down. Okay? No matter where they at, they could be driving 80 miles on the freeway and they'll jam those brakes when they hear that sound. If they see somebody, if they got their music on, they ride by a car and see somebody else jumping out, putting their rug down, they'll come to a screeching halt and pull over and jump out as well. Same way with the military. Every day you played Reveille in the morning and then you played it in the evening. Okay. At I think it was at 6 o'clock in the morning and then at 5 in the evening. And you dare be caught trying to run the building and not salute. That's like a charge to you, man. So these are ancient Babylonian customs that these different countries, even America as well, and Islam have in common. Okay, and they got it from the ancient Babylonians. All right. So whoever didn't fall, you be through in a fiery furnace. Okay. So um, it goes on to the herald. He's right here is like when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't bow down. The herald basically went and told it. So he went and said, "I'm gonna start at 8. Wherefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said unto King Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whosoever falleth not down and worship, that he shall be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded, they serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So, this is what that we call it snitching. They snitching. They telling it. Run tell that. Okay. It says, Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king, right? And then you got to remember, these men of the Lord, they fear the Lord. They're not going to fear no man, okay? Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, It is true. Is it true? O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Question. Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made, well. But if ye worship not, ye shall be cast into the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? So he gave me last order. Okay, so when the king gave an order, it was it. But Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego answered and said unto the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. So it's like, it's like they flexing. That's what we call it. Oh, they flexing, right? It says, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So they told the king what they weren't going to do. So that made him mad. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, see, and formed the visions and changed his visage, tongue twister, was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should hear the furnace one of 7 times more. It was wont to be heated. It says, let me read, that's a tongue twister as well. He commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in the army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. So he got the most mighty men, I guess, to hold them down, but they didn't know that they weren't going to run no way. They believed in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, this is what's called faith, man. Okay, they have faith in their power. Okay, say faith. Let's get that. Show you what faith is. Did they see Yahweh? No, they had faith. Okay, it's a trait of an Israelite, elect Israelite. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. They hope for that if they were worshiping the Lord and men of the Lord, which they had, knew all their lives, He would save them. Okay, He would save them. Okay. Now let's go to 21. Then these men were bound, their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego. That's how hot it was. It killed the ones that was taking them up. Okay. It said, and these men, Shadrach and Meshach, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning furnace. Now, then King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished. Now, why was he astonished? They threw him in the fire. He commanded them to throw him in the fire. Then it goes into saying he's astonished. Now, this when you read that, it's like, okay, why was he astonished? All right? It's got to be what happened. Now, when you read this, when you read Daniel 3 and 23, okay, you have the Apocrypha, okay, 14 books that was taken from the Bible. You have in the Apocrypha the rest of what happened in the flames. When you get the Red Book Apocrypha, it says songs of the three holy children. Now, right here in this app, this Bible app that has the Apocrypha in it, it's called the Prayer of Azariah. Okay. Okay, Azariah was Abednego. Okay, he was Abednego. So this, when they thrown in the still like in the flame, you go down to verse 22, and this is why Nebuchadnezzar was astonished when it came from verse 23 to 24, because in between 23 and 24, you come and read this, and then you go back. Okay, then you get the understanding. Okay, this is a prayer of Azariah, which is Songs of the Three Holy Children, verse 22. And the king's servant put them in, see? Because right, the last verse, 23, saying they fell and were thrown in the fire. So see how it picks up right here. And the king's servants that put them in cease not to make the oven hot. Cease not to make the oven hot with rosin, pitch, tower, and small wood. So the flame steamed forth above the furnace 49 cubits, and it passed through and burnt those Chaldeans it found about the furnace. See, remember it talked about it burnt the one man, so we know it's picking up. But the angel of the Lord came down into the oven together with Azariah and his fellows, and smote the flame of the fire out of the oven. So an angel came down once they was thrown out of there. What the Lord did was he put an illusion on the Chaldeans, like the flame was going, but actually he put the flame out in the oven. So it was like when you see in the desert, you've been walking in the desert, when you see water and it's not there, it's like a mirage. So he put he gave them an illusion of the fire still burning, but it wasn't really burning. Okay, he made in the midst of the furnace as it had been moist whistling wind. He made it feel like a whistling wind in there. It was like they was in an air conditioner. Okay, just chilling out. And so that the fire touched not at all, touched them not at all, neither hurt nor troubled them. And this is the reason why, because they had faith, man. This is one, like the furnace was so hot, and you know somebody finna throw you in a burning furnace, and your skin get melt, everything just hot degree Yo, you finna melt, you finna burn, you finna suffer. Your air gonna be gone. This is one of the worst ways to die other than drowning, to be burned. But these men was like, yo, we're not gonna bow down. We rather be thrown into this hot furnace that was heated more than 7 times more than it was normally heated. Burnt people down on the way. So that would make any man who don't have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua change their mind and be like, oh, okay, all right. It says, then the three as out of one mouth praise and glorify and bless Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the furnace, saying, blessed art thou, O Yahweh Shem Yahushua of our fathers, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. And blessed is our glorious and holy name, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. See, they bless Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Now, this is the ultimate faith, man. This is one of the ultimate faith stories in the Bible, man. They was going to get thrown into a hot furnace, but they praise Yahweh Shem Yahushua. More in the days to come, when we are faced with the chip, the microchip, okay? Esau is going to be doing probably worse things, because Daniel said, 12th chapter, there's going to be a time there's never was since there was a nation. If you think this story is bad, Esau got something that's going to be even worse, because he's finna try to take over the whole world and basically put everybody in subjection, because he know if he have a short time. Revelations 12:12. So he knows these stories as well. So he's coming up because he had the scientists. They're creating things that are going to be far worse than what these men went through to get you to denounce Yahweh Shem Yahushua in these coming end days to take these chips. So you have to remember these stories, okay? This is why we read. We're building our faith, man. We hear these stories. We got to remember these stories and what happened when the things that happen to them are bad, and they might happen to us, but we got to remember it on the other side. It's going to be glory on the other side, because, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua went through it. The servant is not as great as his master. So we're going to have to go through. You're not going to slide through this, man. These are straight gates. You're just going to slide through, and here go the kingdom. You're going to suffer. Okay? You might have to get your head chopped off by a guillotine. You might have to get your rod chopped off. You might have to see your family die in front of you. Okay? But you just got to remember that the end game is, hey, have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua to the end. He's going to protect you. Okay? He said he would. Okay? Look what he did to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. As soon as they was through in the fire, they felt none of that heat. The angel was right there, made it feel like they was in an air-conditioning room, a whistling wind, and gave the other people the illusion that the fire was still burning them. Okay? Verse 24 back in Daniel. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? Then answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they had no hurt. And the form of the 4th was like the Son of God. See, the form, it was like the Son of God. Okay? It says it is like the Son of God. So, the angel, it was either Yahushua, or what's the angel that's like God? Is it Michael? Let's go to, I think, is it Michael? See, it says like the Son. He says like is assembly. Michael, the angel Michael, who is like God. Boom, see? Who is like God? So Nebuchadnezzar said, he said that he said right here, he saw a 4th It was an angel loose in the fire, and it says, "Who is like the Son of God?" So when I read that, I'm thinking it could have been the Michael, the archangel that came to the rescue of these men, because it says, "Who is like God," and that word "like" is a simile. Okay, when you see that word, that's a key word, like the Son of God. And you look up the word Michael, what Michael names mean. So it's possible that could have been Michael, because we are, it could have been him in that flame, because it says, "Who is like God," and that's his definition of Michael's name. Okay, so the prince that would stand up for his people. Okay, so it's strong possibility that angel could have been Michael in the flame with them. Okay, they could have sent the general down. Okay, so this is one of those faith building scriptures. Man, it's real faith building when you hear it. This is one of the most faith building scriptures in the Bible. This is with that one, and I'm gonna tell you this one, it ranks real high. And the one in the second Maccabees, the 7th chapter, when the latest sons, they all got filleted and brides pulled off. They all got mutilated in front of her and boiled and fried and everything. That was a heavy faith building, because them sons saw their brothers get killed, and the youngest one was like, "Nah, we're gonna stay with our power." And he was like, "Hey, we're gonna come back, but you can't." So that was right there at the top too when I read that one. But hey, with that, man, just keep your faith, man, because these things are going to be happening more and more. So we have to keep the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, knowing He's the power of Israel. He's going to protect the elect. So with that, call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. GMS Arkansas, GMS stop and listen to the next time. I say Shalom.